big Risk of Rain news right now. My previous recording intro somehow got cut off, so I'm redoing the intro real quick. Let's get to the video. Rain news. It's been a hot minute since I said that, isn't it? Development thoughts number 28. Risk of Rain returns. This is a massive announcement. I'll just give you the TLDR. I already went over all of this stuff. So, Risk of Rain Returns is a brand new game developed by Hopoo, and interestingly, will be continued to be developed by Hopoo, which I'll talk about more on that in a minute. It's a Risk of Rain 1 remake, but they are adding a lot. It is kind of hard to put in words, and they didn't spoil everything that they're adding with this reveal here. It's a lot. They're adding new survivors from Risk of Rain 2 into Risk of Rain 1. They are giving every single survivor in Risk of Rain Returns new abilities. So like the system in Risk of Rain 2 where you get achievements, you can unlock alternate abilities. Every survivor is getting that in Risk of Rain 1. So that means all of the old survivors also are getting new abilities. New items, new enemies, new stages, new music. Chris is coming back for new music. That's a big thing for a lot of you guys. I'm sorry. I'm pretty excited right now. My energy's very high. So let's dive into the details here. It's a remake of Risk of Rain 1. Tons of new stuff, as I said. That's pretty much the big news here. If you did not know this, if you've been living under a rock, Risk of Rain, the IP, the intellectual property, was bought by Gearbox. So Gearbox now owns Risk of Rain. But like I said, Hopoo Games, and they specifically say in here somewhere, I'll go over that in a second, that they are developing Risk of Rain Returns. This is their passion project. This is what they wanted to do. It's all on them. And they said they're planning on doing more stuff as well, which is pretty interesting. This is just like a brief synopsis of everything. We'll go over the trailer video in a second so you can see everything that's new. This is just, again, telling you about the game. Here we go. So updated code base. This is where it says, we'll be able to continue to update and add to the game with new features that were not previously possible. So that says that they're planning on adding more stuff. Kind of cool. All of the Risk of Rain 1 content, nothing is being left out, is returning in this game. And then you get new music from Mr. Chris. Look at that right there. All the audio, countless rebalancing and gameplay tweaks, and it's just a smoother overall game. I mean, you'll see once we get to the video. This doesn't do it very good justice right here, but once we get to the actual video of the gameplay, it looks a lot smoother. So they're definitely not exaggerating there with the smoother gameplay feel. New survivors, of course, I'm going to talk about more on that, and new abilities. Every single character has abilities you can unlock. That is so cool, dude. That's going to add so much content to everyone that only played Risk of Rain 1, or I don't know if you only played Risk of Rain 1, but all of the stuff that is Risk of Rain 1 specific already has a huge amount of content to it with these new abilities. Very cool. Some new items, some returning from Risk of Rain 2, some entirely new enemies, interactable stage variants, revamped multiplayer. Thank the Lord, we don't live in the dark ages anymore. PC is fully integrated on Steam. Just tons and tons and tons of stuff, dude. They're going to be releasing more dev thoughts between now and the game actually coming out. Speaking of which, there's no release date for the game as of yet. It just says 2023. So take your guess, take your pick. I have no idea. You can speculate all you want. Maybe they'll release it on the anniversary of Risk of Rain 2 going into early access, which would be March 28th. Or maybe they'll release it on the anniversary of Risk of Rain 1, which was like November 6th or something. I looked it up on stream not too long ago, but I don't remember at this point. It's in November or something. Maybe it'll be on a completely random day. Who knows? But they actually have been working on this, the Risk of Rain Returns, for quite some time, because if you remember way back in early access of Risk of Rain 2, sorry. I just put up 3. I meant to say 2. They announced that they were hiring new people to the company, and they specifically put in there pixel artist as a bonus, like a criteria they were looking for, bonus criteria. Pixel artist specifically, and that was a while ago. So they've probably been working on this project for a good amount of time. So very exciting is what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to be like rushing this product out anytime soon, but it's probably sooner than closer, or closer than further away. And then this is just covering the Gearbox IP, the acquisition of Risk of Rain. Here's an interesting note, though. Hopoo Games will remain the developer of the Gearbox-published Risk of Rain Returns, so Hopoo is developing this stuff. However, Gearbox is developing and publishing potential future titles in this series, including Risk of Rain 2. I don't know why they did not make this distinction very, very clear in this announcement, but that includes Risk of Rain 2. The developers themselves, Hopoo Games themselves, have stated verbatim they are done with Risk of Rain 2. That's it. They're done. Gearbox is handling anything new. Maybe it's because Gearbox is not planning on doing anything new with Risk of Rain 2. That would explain that. But Hopoo is totally done with Risk of Rain 2. Gearbox is doing everything else except for Risk of Rain Returns. So we'll see what happens there. And if you watched only my initial video of Gearbox acquiring Risk of Rain 2, I wasn't super pessimistic or negative in that video, but I was definitely not positive or optimistic. I was skeptical about it all, but now I went back and I replayed Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, a few other things as well to see what Gearbox actually does when they develop games. And I'm optimistic now. I'm not like, and trust me, I know their current track record of Gearbox, as I said in that video, it's going up, and then current track record's kind of going down. I understand that, but I so long as they don't just pump it full of meaningless garbage, like unnecessarily complex characters and writing and stuff like that, that doesn't belong in the Risk of Rain universe, right? Risk of Rain's all about killing monsters, getting loot, leveling up, die, reset, easy clap, you know? So as long as they don't do that stuff, and especially microtransactions, obviously that's another huge point of contention for a lot of people on why they're skeptical on Gearbox handling Risk of Rain IP. But only time will tell what happens. However, based on everything that I now have experienced with Gearbox and what they do with games, I'm more optimistic than not. I just want to make that as clear as possible. I know you probably didn't ask, probably don't care about that, some of you, but hey, I said it anyway. So Gearbox is totally doing anything Risk of Rain related in the future, except for this new game, Risk of Rain Returns. And then there's just like details a little bit more about Gearbox. They did stuff like they made the Void Jailers, they made a Aphelion Sanctuary, they made Siphon Forest. So if you guys like those stages, I like interacting with Void Jailers. Those are pretty cool. I really like, actually, I like both Siphon Forest and Aphelion Sanctuary quite a bit. So, hey, Gearbox team looks like they know what's up. They know what's up to a degree. All right, and then I just want to show you the cinematic here at the beginning of this video. This is so sick. I'll leave a link to this in the description below. Let me hide my webcam as well. I'll leave a link to this in the description below if you want to watch the whole thing in the dev thoughts afterwards. But, dude, just watch this video. I'll leave you on this. Thank you for watching, boys. Let's go, dude. That's pretty good, isn't it? I am so excited for this, man. All right, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Greatly appreciate all the support over the years. And it looks like the new chat through of Risk of Rain is just around the corner.